I really like where the San Francisco 49ers are going. And I do think that the San Francisco 49ers are better off with Jimmy Garoppolo than they are Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo, I will say he's not sexy, but ask your sisters or girlfriends what they think of him, and they might give you a different opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo's game isn't sexy. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have a cannon, doesn't scramble to make plays. He's not overly athletic. He's a pocket quarterback who will distribute the ball. Who else is it? Who else reminds you of that I've defended a lot? Jimmy Garoppolo is not what the NFL wants to do. The NFL doesn't want to move forward with quarterbacks like Jimmy Garoppolo. Somebody who's just going to stand there, who needs time, who needs weapons, but given those, will succeed. The NFL wants athletic playmakers, cannons, scrambling, flashy touchdowns. Garoppolo is not that. Garoppolo is not going to make a man miss. He tried to do so. What happened? Torn his ACL. Not going to do it. Shouldn't try to do it. What he should try to do is sit back in that pocket and hit his open receivers. He's got a few of them that can get open pretty regularly. Deebo Samuel. Finally seen Kittle a little bit yesterday. Jeez. Kittle fantasy owners have been screaming to the rooftops to get that man more involved. Garoppolo against the Panthers, 18 of 30, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. At the time of recording this, just find out that Matt Rule finally been let go by the Panthers because that experiment has not gone well at all. And Baker Mayfield and then PJ Walker didn't get into the game. It's a mess over there on the other side. But the 49ers, they do what they do well. Every single year, it's becoming a cliche at this point that who knows who the 49ers running back is going to be. Last year, it's Eli Mitchell. Year before that, it's Raheem Mostert. We see them bring in Jarrett McKissick. We see them bring Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman. We've seen them just throw somebody in there, and then you see Jeff Wilson, 17 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown yesterday. Tevin Coleman back with the team, gets in the end zone. Deebo Samuel, who, he's still wide receiver, but he likes to run the ball. 12 yards on the ground yesterday. Brandon Ayuk led the way in receiving, 3 catches, 58 yards. Brandon Donovan, I told you, not getting 20 fantasy points, but still good wide receiver. George Kittle, again, finally getting involved. 5 catches, 47 yards. Deebo didn't have a big game, but got in the end zone, 2 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Looking at their defensive stats, which their defensive stats are overwhelmingly good. It is insane how good the defense for the 49ers has been. I was sitting here a few weeks ago talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, and one of the biggest reasons why I love and still do love the Philadelphia Eagles is not only are they getting done Jalen Hurts, not only do they have a really sexy offense, their defense was top 5 in so many categories. The 49ers are top 10 in defense in all of these categories. Total yards allowed, rushing yards, rushing yards per play, passing yards, QBR allowed, sacks, third down percentage, defensive possessions, and points per game allowed. They're top 10 in every single defensive metric. They're 4th in yards allowed. They're 3rd in rushing allowed. They're 2nd in points allowed per game. They're 7th in time of possession. It is unreal. They're 2nd in sacks. All across the board on the defensive side of things, they got it going. And now Jimmy Garoppolo has taken over where Trey Lance was supposed to be right now. And he's doing a better job. They lost against the Bears, first game of the season. Wet game, Trey Lance's first game. Trey Lance, might not be the guy. Well, they lose that game. Okay. Well, but Jimmy Garoppolo played against the Broncos. He did play against the Broncos. Lost 11-10 Monday Night Football. 2nd worst game of the season, only to what we saw on Thursday. Garoppolo just was given the playbook. Emotionally has to plug himself back in. He thought he was gone. He moved. He had all his stuff boxed up, waiting to be moved somewhere across the country. That never happens. unpack all his things, settle back into the San Francisco area, mentally realize, okay, I'm the starting quarterback for this team again. After you watch them give 3 first-round picks for your replacement, hand that kid the keys, even though he's not done anything to prove it. Now you got to jump in there that week against the Broncos. Broncos still have a lot of talent. It's ugly. It's bad. I'm not defending the Broncos anymore on this show until they give me a reason to. Garoppolo otherwise has got it done. Garoppolo beats the Rams on Monday Night Football. Does a pretty solid job. Yesterday, Garoppolo, that defense gets a pick six against arguably the worst team in the league with the Panthers. I think the 49ers are a top 5 team. I think the 49ers might just go on to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I like the Eagles a lot. I love Jalen Hurts. I love watching Jalen Hurts play. Yes, I love him for my fantasy team. There is that aspect to it. But I love how they can run the ball. I love the playmaking ability of Jalen Hurts. And again, on the defensive side of things, they have the best corner duo in the league, Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Still top 5 in most defensive categories. I like the Eagles. They have gotten fortunate. They played a couple of good teams. The Cardinals yesterday is a good team, even though they are a wreck. They played the Vikings, gave the Vikings their 1 loss, and humiliated the Vikings, may I say. I like them. I might like the 49ers just a little bit more. I think it's between those two for the best in the NFC. The Rams, oh my gosh. We'll talk about the Rams a little bit later, but dear God, the Rams are terrible. I like where the 49ers are going. I like Jimmy Garapolo a lot. And I just might think that is your NFC Super Bowl representative.